Yes. Sheriff has been having some issues with his security cameras and one of his recorders. He's had a couple companies come in to give him a quote. The first company that came in to give a quote was, I think, trying to sell him the sun, the moon, and the stars. So it was a little out of our price range. The other quote came in much better. He is asking to add one additional recorder to add cameras to the kitchen and the laundry room. But this is also to replace some cameras in the jail they glitch. They're not always recording, so he's been having issues with this for a while, but they thought they could just repair it. I think I sent you the quotes in the email. He kind of broke it up into some different components, and our IT even looked at these on the computer side of it and said that it was good. So the total is about $38,000 for everything. I told him if you had any questions, we were going to talk about it in work session today, and that I could get back to him if there was any other questions.
So he didn't have anything in a budget line for
Nope.
This type of expense?
No, they thought they were going to be able to repair it, and it's just, according to the new company, the other company wanted to replace everything. Wanted to replace everything old and put all new, and we had it was almost $500,000. And Sheriff said, that's not what I want. I just want, the ones that aren't working to be working. And he did want to add the kitchen and the laundry room video to recording as well.
So we will have a specific proposal for approval?
Yeah, if you guys are okay, we can get it prepared for next Tuesday. If you want more questions, I can get with him prior to Tuesday, but I figured I'd just bring it up in work session, have something to discuss, and we can prepare it for next Tuesday, or if you need more detailed information, I can get it from the sheriff too.
He was recommending this?
Yes.
And he was
Yep.
requesting it?
Yep. He was hoping the other company was gonna come in, but I think they were,
It's way too high.
yeah, just way too high.
Will we ask him next year for a list of his potential capital?
Yes.
I mean, do we do that each year? And
We do. When we send out the budget sheets, I include capital projects, but what was done in the past, because we were a little bit more reactive than proactive, a lot of stuff didn't get added until the budget. Carryover was usually used to cover those capital projects, but we used to send out a list that you were supposed to list out any of your capital projects.
okay. Could you shoot that to me? I'd just be curious. Maybe that's something we could reinstitute.
Yeah, we haven't used it in a couple of years, but yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, engineers union contract?
Yes, I think I sent that out to you. I did ask Mark for a brief summary. He uses his own firm for his union contracts. So I asked him what were some of the changes. And Article 10, I'll just read what he says. Used to say may contract instead of must contract, or says may contract instead of must contract, and the duration of the contract to reflect the new 3-year period. Wages were increased. 1 to 5 year employees, they're going to go 3, 3, and 3, increases 3% for 3 years. 6 to 12 year employees is 3.5, and then 13 to 20 year employees get 5, 4, and 3, and he said 21 plus years employees, which he only has 1, he was going to do a 10%, 5%, and a 3%. He has only done in the last 3 years 1% when the rest of the county was getting more. He has lost some good employees to wages, and that's why he is trying to adjust his salary. He lost one of his long-term employees that he's hurting. So that was his changes to his.
Why does he use somebody else to negotiate for the rest of the county?
I think Jim Nims had used a different company, and that's, Mark worked for Jim,
Right.
and I think that he just has a relationship with that company and just didn't change to go to Clemens Nelson like we ever used. So he just kept with the company that he used.
That's different.
Yep.
See.
See it then yep.
Could you repeat the figures from the last category?
10, 5, and 3.
Yeah, 10, 5, and 3. For a 21 plus employee, and he only has one. And again, I told him we would bring this up in work session, not have to approve it until next week to give you time to, read it. Any questions you might have. He did the last contract, he got the health insurance language the same as the rest of the counties. So all of our language for the amount they have to pay, and it correlates with whatever the county's policy is. So that was some of the language that was not in our union contracts before. So
When does this contract go into effect?
July. He just put July 21st on the date, but whenever we pass it, it'll go into effect. He runs a July to June. I don't know why we got stuck on that cycle, but
Does that cover essentially all of his employees? I don't know what his breakdown is on
other
unions
than
and
there's
non-unions.
2 or 3 in his office
The
that are
engineers,
non-union.
like Dave Kin, those
Yeah.
kind of people.
Yeah, Lisa,
Lisa.
everybody out in the garage. As soon as, and I'll resend that so you get the breakdown if you want to look at it. Like I said, if there's any questions, Mark asked if he needed to be here. I said, no, just let me bring it up in work session first, and they have any questions, they could have him come in if he needed to. It's 3 years. Yeah, 3-year contract, that's what usually our union contracts are.
And it's signed off by both sides at this point, right?
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
ratification.
Before they get it to us, they've agreed, they've negotiated and agreed.
Well, from my perspective, I don't have any questions from
Okay.
Mark, so.
Okay, administrative signing authority.
Yes, you've asked this question numerous times regarding some of our appropriation adjustments that we do. Most of our appropriation adjustments are rather small. And I had reached out to Derek at one time to look at this, and it, wasn't a priority. So I had put an email out to other county administrators to see what kind of signing authority, and I showed the language to Derek, and I've got just the 3 that I brought with me. I've got one county, or actually 2 counties that do appropriation adjustments up to $50,000. And which that is the contract limit where we have to bid. 2 of the counties were $50,000 and one was $75,000. Not sure how that works, but and then I got some that are just small transfers. I got some counties that don't do it at all. So I showed it to Derek, and Derek said he was fine with it. It's just what your comfort level will be. And I think I mentioned it to Mike today, and I can do weekly report on them, I can do monthly report on them. Something to think about.
Okay, well, my thought was that, whatever number we come up with, that once every other week, if you will, that Stacy would bring us a report, much like other departments do. We would ratify what she has done. This is all assuming that they are within budgeted amounts. With the budget that we approved, obviously, the year previous. And that anything that's unusual or that needs some attention would come to us to correct it. But anything else, that's just the general run-of-the-mill transfers from X to X. Within the budget, the administrator would be allowed to do it, we would ratify it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
And your signing authority on other issues is $50,000.
For contracts, which again is always budgeted, and you approve the contracts.
And let's say whatever the amount is, but it's an authority that we're given to her as the county administrator. So I was asking Steve about this earlier, it goes with her as the position. If, God forbid, she left and we had a green county administrator, for example, it doesn't go with the position, right? It would I'm very comfortable with her budgeting experience and all of that,
That's
It
fair. That would be specific to Stacy Wilson as county administrator. specific to county administrator. So in your absence, we would not allow, for example, Tanya to do that.
Unless, yeah, yeah,
Okay, that would have to come to us.
yes,
All of them.
yeah,
So it would be just you specific.
Especially as new doing it. And, you know, I don't know whatever makes sense on reporting, quarterly, whatever's easier.
I'm gonna want to start that once a month, first meeting of the month. Because by the time you have everything from the previous month.
I'll do a resolution for the next board session that authorizes it.
Are you comfortable with this? I mean,
Yep, and if there's anything I feel uncomfortable with moving, that I will definitely bring to you. I do that with even purchase orders if, you know, we haven't discussed them, if it's usually stuff that's, you guys have approved the supplemental appropriation and I approve the purchase order. And if I don't feel comfortable with it, a lot of salaries I won't do, just because, you know, I gotta wonder why they're pulling money out of salaries, so. Other than maybe end of year when we're moving pennies from salaries to PERS, would, you know.
right.
So.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to be, you know, succumb to any pressure or whatever. I mean, you always have us to come back to.
Exactly.
And you would know as we would, and that's if you're gonna give us this, report.
Yep.
Anyway.
Now take a seat in the back if you will.
All right, just like church.
Or the front. You're either in the front row or the back row, whichever one's inside.
I said I told Rusty I would be remiss if I didn't come, it's just right in the backyard.
Just those folks then.
I know.
But if any reason there's moves that out of some line and then later they come back with needing a sub app, because they've moved money out of that line and now they want to supplement that line.
Yes.
No, we're gonna have that get straightened out. That doesn't change any of that, so that's go with the budget.
That's happened before.
Yeah.
Okay, any more discussion about that?
Next week.
All right, well, I've got one other issue that I want to make sure I didn't have a chance to talk to Shane today about. The regional planning grants. Very quickly, I wanted to update you on what I found out, because I think it's important, especially on what we voted on. The Louisville and Republic grants were critical infrastructure grants. I think that we were under the assumption that if we didn't use the administrative money, we would lose it. The fact is, talking to Levi and Mrs. Baxter down in Columbus, that's not accurate. The fact is that whatever the grant amount was, you wouldn't have to take any administrative fee, all that money would go towards the project. And the other situation, now I preface this by saying I did have a conversation, at least by email with Charlene about this, that in these particular grants, the maximum, again, I gotta emphasize, it's not the recommended state amount, it's the maximum allowable amount, and I think those are two completely different phrases. It's 10%, or $20,000, whichever is less. So, in the case of the $200,000 grant, 200 is more like 250. That would be a maximum of $20,000 they would allow. And in the case of the $100,000 grant, that would be, somewhere around $10,000 they would allow. This is from CDBG from the state. So I know that we voted to allow 20% on each of these, 43 for one and 21, I think, for the other. I don't know those exact numbers, but that is outside of what is allowable for the grants. And to make it very clear, again, that's the maximum allowable. We can take anything less than that when we write it up. The concern, we did ask whether or not we could resubmit these, and the answer was no, because it's past the due date, and that will cause some fewer points to be given to the projects because of the way that they were written up with that additional administrative fee. Hopefully we still get the projects, but we lessen our chances, if you will, by submitting them as we did. So, again, this is nothing I haven't had a discussion about already today, but I wanted to make this board aware of what the situation was.
I saw your email and I did see Charlene. She said she was gonna try to get a hold of you.
She did, just a phone call.
So I guess until we get a chance to directly face-to-face talk to her about understanding some of this, but as I thought when I was thinking of the information you stated was that the admin, yes, if it was the wrong percentage, would get corrected and would, probably impact some points. But the admin, whether you do or don't take admin, because you don't have to, would not increase the project dollar amount. They have a pool of money for project dollars and there's admin allowable money. If you take 5%, 10%, whatever the allowable amount and or the max on the admin, if you didn't take all that, it will not add money to the project money. That's
My interpretation from the state and from other folks who write grants is that could be used towards a project, but you could, I don't dispute that. I understood it differently. I understood that the money could be used for the project because in this case, the critical infrastructure was someplace in the $250,000 range. And the explanation that I got from at least one was that, you could take $240 for the project itself and 10 for administration. So by that, I assumed that you could, part of that money wasn't be available for the project. But I could be wrong. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah, I don't think the CDBG program and the set aside monies are the same as a lot of other types of things. I really don't think that hits that way. I think it's a separate pot of money that they draw it from. But and then one thing is, even if we lost a few points on it, which we could, we don't know that we're getting or not. Obviously, they're not going to award us anything, allow us to do anything that we can't do. Well, there will be there's always it's a two cycles. There's a round one and a round two, which would be good enough because Seneca County has never applied for set aside money before, to the best of my knowledge, and so there's a learning curve to that. I know she indicated, and we talked very briefly, and I said, I get a chance to talk to Mike. She goes, no, I will get a call, but she goes, I wasn't back here till after 2, but I will get in touch with him. I saw his email, and she goes, well, I just want you as chair to know. And I said, no, I appreciate that. And she said the guidelines I followed in the training, it was the training for both, and I kept saying 20%. I could have made a mistake, she said, but the training emphasized, because I looked right back at my training manual as soon as I saw the email. So I think there's just some conversation we need to have to make sure.
Did you say that we had some precedent of 20%? Because I remember you said something.
CDBG money is, but
CDBG
money is, but critical infrastructure is not.
The set aside is different. Okay, so
Yeah,
the 20% number, that is a real number.
That is a real number.
Okay,
Right.
all right. All right, well.
That's what the number they used in all the training, which was for both programs. It covered set aside stuff if they wanted that information. But,
Well, I just want to make it clear, the statement was from the state that we would receive fewer points because of the way that we structured it. So it took us further down, and the project hopefully will have enough merit on its own without those to be able to get done, but there's no guarantee of that. And again, my understanding is that if the project was 250, the administrative fee comes off of that 250, the less administrative fee you took, the more we went to the project and this critical infrastructure. That's what I believe to be true.
Yeah, I have a different understanding of that.
yeah, I believe that's separate money. That's the way I understand that. So.
I would encourage you then to call the state, have a conversation with somebody and work the development. So.
Did
We have to
we,
wait till 7 to start the official meeting. So.
did we take care of that exercise equipment issue?
No.
Okay, it's $1,200.
$1,200 for the equipment. An employee had loaned us some exercise equipment, and she has since bought some of her own. So she offered to sell the county the equipment that the county has been using. I mean, she was well aware when we took it, if something broke, it was hers on loan, and she understood that. But it hasn't been used in that facility for probably almost a year now, maybe not quite that long. And
The equipment has been in there?
Yes, has been in there and been in use, and,
Yeah.
I think I sent you what Bob had sent you,
Yeah.
what the value is, I don't know how you determine value of used,
Right, replacement cost was like
equipment.
3,000 or something like that.
yeah, and, just,
Do we have any sense that some people actually use it? I was kind of
no,
something like that.
I guess if we weren't looking, if it was offered up as a loan, hey, I'm not using this anyway, somebody there will use it, I'd rather see it get put to use. I'd say if they wanna take it back. I don't know that if we weren't shopping for something that we should, I feel comfortable with that, fine.
yeah, like I said, I think I heard
Somebody's waiting for
Audience
you.
wants to participate.
Is
Take a
this,
number, please.
Out of the wellness grant funds?
Yeah, they said they have wellness, funds available from the grant.
And we have a total control of all this one, I mean.
Yeah, we've given, Bob, administrative,
Right.
but on most occasion, he comes and asks the board if he thinks the request needs to come to the board,
I
so.
mean, I absolutely would not do it if it was part of the general fund or something, but on the other side of that coin, you know, if it's money generated by what they've been able to save and they've got a separate pot of money, I just don't know what kind of participation with that. I agree with Hal, you know, if somebody offered it to us today, we'd say no.
Yeah.
Happens to be there, I don't.
And I'm sure if we don't buy used, he's gonna request to use that money to go buy new.
Yeah, I think that's the rub is that they're gonna replace the equipment out of that fund, whether it's new or used. I think that's the rub. It's a $1,200
Do we-
issue.
Do we
I'm-
get into issues if another employee would say, I've got a bike I'm not using, a stationary bike, I'm gonna donate it, and then later I go, would you like to buy it?
Yeah. No, I
You
get
know,
it.
so
That's
I'm
not big of an issue to me,
feel a little
but-
odd about it.
Well,
Yeah, I just don't wanna leave them hanging. We're gonna say,
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna do it.
Yes,
Another audience member.
If it is an employee that is requesting being paid for these items, I mean, of course, one gives you a 1099 form, and it is going to be a taxable revenue for them.
There's that.
So, I mean, I hope that they have that full understanding that that's gonna occur, not that it may impact anything, but.
I don't know, that's a tax question, I know would they get any value if they say it's worth 3,000, they're donating 1,800 to the county. They're gonna get 1,200, but they're donating 1,800. I know that's a.
You know, whatever they invoice the county and we pay is what they're getting a 1099 for, and it sounds like it's gonna be over $600, so.
Well, in Shane's version, we play chess, and the next move is for them to take the equipment and then come back in and request new equipment. What would we do then?
Yeah, we would approve it. If they wanted equipment out there. I think people use it. I mean, it's not easily accessible for us because it's out south of town, but they have classes out there and they do yoga and I don't know what else.
Employees and their family can use it
Yeah,
as
they've
well.
got key fobs.
But I didn't ask Bob how many use that. I know they've been trying to encourage it, and there's,
I'm proud of the
Is this a
program.
GFS?
yeah, sorry, John.
Yeah, I'm proud that the county's done that much work on.
It is not, it's not in their building, it's a separate building.
Yeah, they got a
If
little
that's
garage.
if
There's
you're,
old
if you're
storage
asking a
garage.
location question, yeah.
Oh,
But it's out by their, behind their.
near.
It's in the weight room, right next to the sauna.
At the indoor pool?
Which is behind the swimming pool.
Yeah.
We do have a lake out there.
Yeah, we do.
And then, do we have to appropriate some money for the chairs?
Yes, we do. I'll make Julie sit in these two at Chihuahua too. And they're comfy.
You guys must have brought these with you.
Oh,
No.
My township has some nice chairs.
They must have got that pipeline money.
Yeah. Although, as you probably came, you saw that they're getting ready to bury number 2.
Which is awesome, yeah.
So I haven't heard any
You talking
status
about
on
your
the first
husbands, or are you talking about?
So I haven't heard, because they talked like the first one had to be flushed before they could run the second line. I haven't heard anything. You guys have heard anything? A lot of activity out this way.
I just wanna know, he brought a pickup truck for them to take these chairs back to Tiffin.
Russ, there's more we got for you.
Yeah.
Off the record, right?
Off the record. I think, are we off the record? on
No,
that?
we're not.
We're absolutely
Wave
not.
at the camera.
Nice job, Nicole.
Just
You
kidding.
didn't end anything.
I didn't start anything.
You started work session.
All right, we have 3 minutes and counting.
Something else to talk about?
Anything else you guys have on your mind?
I mean, we could do it in regular session or not, I don't know that our crowd's gonna grow, but did you guys get the letter about the opening to the fair?
Yes.
Okay, because I knew, I got one, I assumed that it wasn't because I was on fair board, I'm assuming that we all got those, and just wanted to mention that Monday morning.
8 a.m.
Have the commissioners in the past, formally or informally, participated in the sale? I mean, or is it just individuals?
Not from the
Well, that's what I
county,
said.
as individuals,
As individuals.
it's
Okay.
either candidates or individuals.
Okay. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm from the horse department. We don't have a sale.
We don't sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you my husband horse strokes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's tough to chew.
Yeah.
I guess I could bring this up now since we got a minute or two. I got a call from Teresa Kopp at Juvenile Probate Court. She's also helping with Leadership Seneca County, and they're getting ready to start a new class if anybody would be interested in doing it. So it starts in September and ends in May, and it's the second Wednesday.
Anybody on our staff not do it yet?
Uh,
Tanya done it?
Tanya's done it, I've done it.
Dude, we're on camera.
At least one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it, but I did it on my own money, I didn't have county to pay for it.
I didn't know if you two have done it, if you wanna,
I was part of the original class.
were ya?
Yeah. 20 years ago.
I was 09.
He didn't pay on his own either, I can guarantee you that.
No, it was a bank expense. But I would love to see Nikki do it if she's available those days.
I'm not. See, Wednesdays are booked.
Okay then.
All right, there's my couple adjustments I had.
Anybody on your staff ready?
For what?
Leadership Seneca
Leadership
County.
Seneca County?
Probably.
Okay,
Give that to you.
you gotta be a pup. You have to be under what, 35 or something?
No, that's just the unprofessional.
No, that's it,
Ah.
the professionals.
Uh, Okay, we are almost there. We have-
Would you mind running home and fetching a flag? Since you're so close.
So one of your first
Ron's
ones.
got one on his phone, he's gonna get
Yeah, he's
it.
got it covered.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
This
This
is
will
like-
go down.
This is like the price of right. When they come around, give you $50 for a flag.
What is that show? The people
Price
pull
is
Let's
stuff,
make a deal.
That's a big deal, that's yeah. I didn't know
pull random
That's
stuff out of a
hilarious.
person, that's hilarious.
that. Now, if you got a $2 bill, I'll give you $100.
What?
You should have
That's the kind of
said.
stuff they do.
Man.
I gotta run home real quick.
Hold that up. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please join me in a short prayer. Heavenly Father, for this wonderful weather, thank you for the season of summer. Please give us the wisdom to do your will. And please especially watch over those soldiers who are protecting our freedoms and watch over their families as well. We ask all this through your Son, our Lord. Amen. Okay, here we go. Roll call.
Commissioner Kirschner,
Here.
Commissioner Thomas.
Here.
Commissioner Stacy.
So then, I will accept the motion to approve the digital audio video recording of the previous board sessions that was conducted Thursday, July 15, 2017, and the written index of that meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Good. Anybody opposed, we will hear it. Okay, any adjustments to the old business or new business? Okay, hearing none, then we'll talk about exterior lighting. I think, Mr. Thomas, this is yours.
Yes. So the landscape committee has been meeting for several months now to address some of the issues of the exterior of the Joint Justice Center, and things that weren't contemplated in the original construction. One of which is sidewalks and landscaping. The other was external lighting. So there's an issue of external security lighting, accent lighting, updating the lighting on what will be the juvenile probate section of the Joint Justice Center. So all told, we went through several companies that did renderings and bid quotes, and there's a local company that has a quote in for $39,000 to do the exterior lighting, and so the committee would like to recommend that we do that. That would be above the current construction budget, but we feel it's going to be an important way to accent the building and provide for safe lighting around it.
Now, there's a different figure than this one, you said 39.
Yeah, I think it's 36, and then there's a little bit of additional work. What's the date on that one? This is the last one I sent.
June 30th.
June 30th.
Oh.
Yeah.
This one said July 29th.
That's when it expires.
Oh, expires.
Yeah, June 30th. Yeah, that's the most current. So the exact number is 36,350, and I was expecting it to be a little bit of additional electrical work.
Did they give an estimate on what that does to our
electricity?
electricity?
It's so small. It's shocking. It's shockingly small.
It's about the deposits and that kind of stuff.
Your estimated annual electric cost is 8 hours a night of usage of $226.
226.
68 cents.
Annually.
Yeah.
Annually, yeah.
Annually. Yeah. So they're LEDs. They don't cost. And the good news is that it's light wiring as well. It's not really electrical intensive as far as the wiring. There's a little bit of an urgency to it since this wasn't contemplated in the original project. We need to get the wiring done in the cupola so that we can illuminate Lady Justice before that's set. So we want to get the wiring done in a cupola while it's on the ground as opposed to.
I don't think there's any plans for a flash with, but it'd be nice and work light. Everybody live up there. It'd be nice to,
Yeah, I think
And this would do that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
cancer,
Not just the white.
radiate out of pink and that kind of thing. So I will move for approval of
I got a question, but I'll say.
Sure.
that. Okay, go ahead, discussion.
This comes out of the project cost, so if, I don't know that we're gonna have any contingencies coming back anymore, or is this additional from us, is the city gonna share in this cost? I mean, I'm all for it, I'm just curious on these kinds of things, how does that,
My sense would be well, make for the project cost, and, if we have to talk about that at the end, we will.
The city is inclined to help us on Court Street. That's going to need paved and sidewalks. So they don't have anything in the budget this year for it, but they're more than willing to talk about Court Street.
and that kind of stuff, so the city's on the committee, so that.
Yeah, it's the mayor, it's Judge Kelby and John.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Thank you.
Okay, anything else under old or new business before we go on to appropriation?
I just wanted to mention for the press that we do have an executive session scheduled for tomorrow. So,
Notice has been sent, right?
Yes. sent
so
notice
just to
today.
notify them again.
2:30
2:30 for special session for executive session purposes.
And I do appreciate you guys coming out here, even though we give you a bad time
Yeah.
sometimes. I really do appreciate that. Obviously, this is a better time for Jimmy than,
10
morning.
o'clock.
You won't have to pop popcorn money, if it goes back to the DVD. But you said we, I didn't give them a hard time.
Yeah, that's very true.
Okay, let's go through corporations.
Okay, I have a supplemental affirmative appropriations to the general fund. This is putting 2,000 into travel. This is what we discussed last week to allow the board to go to both NACO and Winter Conference and some other associations we think you guys decide to go to. I have a resolution authorizing an agreement with the Village of Bettsville on behalf of the Seneca County Sheriff's Office. Bettsville came to the sheriff and asked for cost of, and if he would be able to cover the Village of Bettsville. Their police chief I don't think he retired, I think he resigned and moved on, so I think he was kind of young, but they gave him plenty of notice. And so Bettsville and the sheriff worked out an agreement. The total amount is, you have a contract?
Holy moly.
73,661.
$73,661.81.
Yep.
Right.
Read today's review times. What's that? I don't know what that is.
So we have that contract. And then I have a resolution accepting the bid and authorizing an agreement with M&B Asphalt for the Issue 1, Round 31, 2017 Seneca County Township Road Reconstructive Program. There's a lot of pages there, but luckily you only signed one. And that is all the resolutions I have.
Okay, I will accept the motion for approval.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas?
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Okay, go.
I was just gonna add a comment. I think that's great that the sheriff's office was able to help them out and work out a deal that's a mutually understandable agreement. I mean, I didn't know that something like that could be possible and work out and help them. That's terrific.
Good stuff. Okay, now it's time for our audience. Please, one at a time, one question at a time, and one follow-up question.
Do you want me to do the timer?
I defer to the process.
Could you repeat what you said about the executive session? I didn't catch it.
Oh, we have an executive session tomorrow at 2:30 for the purpose of what?
Personnel compensation.
Personnel compensation. Okay, we are adjourned.
Hey, Mike.